Hello, fellow exiles. Slinky here with an update to the next build I'm doing for patch 3.26. So, I just want to get started with this is a bit of a mixed bag of information. If you haven't followed the streams closely or like watched any of the VODs recently, I did decide on leveling a lightning trap of Sparking Saboteur, which you can kind of see in the video that's playing in the background. Which I eventually did change to a Wander Trickster way too soon for my comfort, and I'm currently farming back on Wintertide Elementalist so I can get more currency for the project, essentially. But I want to talk about Lightning Trap and Saboteur a little bit before we talk more about the other build. I leveled with Twink Gear and the Transgem as soon as I could use it, and so that may have skewed my experience with like a campaign and even like early acts or like sorry early maps with it. But it felt really smooth. Like you can see here, like I'm doing a little bit of delve. It's not super deep delve, obviously. It's only level 78. I think the character at this point was like level 90. Or not level 90, level like 80. I looked at switch over before I hit 90 on this character. And like the clear looks really good. My biggest issue with it is recovery and essentially defenses. That being said, I think that in like a normal league start scenario, I would obviously upgrade things more properly instead of just relying on random twink gear or being too lazy to kind of change it over. I don't know. The one biggest thing that kind of pushed me off of the lightning trap thing, because I'd also never played traps before. It was a bit of a learning process. I didn't really know a lot. Like for instance, I didn't know you couldn't leech off of traps, and that like on hit mechanics like gain a life on hit or gain mana on hit don't apply. So you had to find different ways to solve these issues. And I felt the recovery was a little bit low, so I ended up wanting to switch over to a trickster because my ideal part for the build was that I want to eventually be able to farm like T16.5 and T17 juice content so I can get super good gear or good currency for working on my end game winter tide elementalist because I want to try to push that as high as I can for fun. Um, and I don't feel like Sabo can get me there as easily. That being said, I think that you probably could figure out another build for it, or like obviously if you invest defenses into it, it probably really well. So I am interested in trying this as a league starter. So likely towards the end of this league, or sometimes before next league, I want to essentially do like maybe an SSF run or two and see how it feels. And maybe I'll have this as like a guide as well. If anyone is interested in like what I did on the Lightning Trap Saboteur, let me know. I can make a mock POB for that, and we can go. I can attach it to the video in the comments. But right now, I'm not going to draw any of that up because, like I said, unless someone's interested in it, I don't want to just throw information out there and just kind of sit in the ether. So let me know if you are interested in the Lightning Trap Saboteur. Yeah, like I said, it looks pretty good. I get the damage is really good for it. You can see like the damage here is really great. Um, so I think it's a decent build. I think your biggest issue is defensive recovery, but that might just be an issue for like trappers in general. I'm gonna be honest. Um, but who knows? We'll see. As for where I transitioned this character into, I eventually changed it into essentially a Wander Trickster. This is a recording of a VOD that I did, so I think actually at some point I did switch in this stream to a Wander Trickster. Let's see if I did it here. This is my Elementalist, so not there. Elementalist still. Here we go. So this is like me doing Power Siphon Trickster on a, I forgot what tier this is, but like you see the monster level at the top is 78. Its single target is not great. It's I don't know anything about Trickster or like Wanders. I always wanted to make a Wander, but I was always told it's super expensive, and I kind of get that now. But this is like starter gear with like the unique wand, and then a 6-link chest kind of thing. This is so there's not a lot of damage added into the build yet. It's okay takey wise. Like you can see that. I mean, obviously it's inflated by the shrine right now, but I'm CI. It has like its leech, has this on hit, so I think it's pretty decent tankiness. And I can see a future for scaling this, which is why I wanted to do it. I mean, said I haven't really decided between Power Siphon and Kinetic Blast, so if anyone has opinions on that, please let me know. In fact, both these builds, like for Trappers or for the Wanders, they're both new to me as archetypes. I'm always willing to learn more about archetypes, so if you're interested in it, please go ahead and let me know how things are. Let's go show it back to the map. I think this is me going into some Delve, similar to what my Sabo was doing earlier. You can kind of see that. But yeah, so it's mostly starter gear. I didn't even finish leveling it up. I transitioned to this, like I want to say like 84 is when I moved over to Wander, and you probably want to be closer to like 95 to get around of passives and clusters and stuff like that. But we're learning, chat. That's what we do here. So for those interested in joining me on the essentially learning process of Wander Trickster on a low budget and transitioning into a higher thing, feel free to follow along or join the stream. I'm always happy to hear about your experiences or like your input on like what you think could be done a little bit differently to make things smoother. I'm very engaged with like working with people in my immediate community and like taking in their ideas and like spitballing stuff. We call essentially we whiteboard it. If you ever watch like House MD the show, we have a whiteboard of ideas we just throw stuff at, and then we see how things work out. But if you want, like I said, if you're interested in learning this stuff, I'm not gonna post any POBs for any of these yet, unless people specifically ask they would like to like see how things are going. Like I said, I'll leave it in the comments in a pinned message. But I'm not gonna make a build of a video for this exact moment. But for now, there's no true build update. I don't have a guide, or steps, or anything. But I'm essentially going to be posting updates to my Trickster as I upgrade it. I'll be farming on my Wintertide for a good bit until I build a good bit of currency. Probably once I get around at least 30 to 50 more divines. I want to say I invested only about maybe 15 divines into the Trickster so far. So I would like to have a closer to probably a 50-50 div investment before it probably starts to feel good. But yeah, let me know if you guys enjoy the content, or if there's another build you would like to see. I tried out some of the newer gems and I couldn't find a different playstyle that I really enjoyed that wasn't just me playing Elementals again. So we can always do that eventually as well. But this is it for now. We're doing Farming Wintertide into Wander Trickster, and we don't know what wand we're doing yet. But I hope you guys enjoyed the update. I just want to make sure to like appreciate you guys. I don't want to leave you guys on red and like I'm going to sit and have a build update later and not do it. So that's why I want to put this video out. Like I said, if you have any opinions on it, please let me know in the comments or show up in one of the streams. Or we now have a community Discord. So if you're interested in that, I will make sure to put the link below as well. And then on my Twitch stream, they have a link for it as well for people who enjoy it on Twitch. All right, that is it for now. I will be streaming soon, so I will see you guys there if you show up. And if not, I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!